Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. I'm Brienna Rose if you're new, and today's video is on acting as if, which I talked about a little bit in my previous video on the law of attraction. So acting as if is all about stepping into being and becoming the person that you want to be. The step I have if you want to attract a certain career or lifestyle is to figure out what people who are living like that do and how they live, and incorporate bits of their day-to-day life into yours. Another tip is to dress for the life you want or the job you want. So if you want to be a fashion blogger, start dressing how you think a fashion blogger would dress in day-to-day life, like leaving the house. Put more effort into how you look when you leave the house. If you want to get a job or a corporate job, start dressing for get a corporate wardrobe, start dressing like corporate people dress. If you're looking for a career in an office job or something, you've got to start being like that. Like, you're not stepping into being if you're just sleeping until 12 and then lazing around all day. You got to get up when you think you would get up, and then get dressed and start working from that time, whether that's just like applying for jobs, working on your resume, or anything like that. Like, start doing stuff in the working hours that you would do. Even drive or catch a public transport into like the business district in your city, like where you think you would be working, have lunch there or something. If you want a car, go to a dealership and go have a look, and then ask to test drive the car. You can book in a test drive beforehand, but it's good to like step into being of like buying that car, and then also how it feels to drive that car. So then you know what it feels like driving your dream car, and you can imagine that when you're driving the car that you currently have. You can also go buy a keyring. If you want to move, start going to look at places, whether like homes, apartments, whatever. If you have a specific neighborhood in mind, look at apartments in that neighborhood, and don't be confident about it. Be like, I am looking to move, I am moving out. When the real estate agent is talking to you, be like, oh yeah, like say what you are looking for, and be in the space that you are ready to move out right now. Like, don't worry about the prices of the places you're going to look at. Don't be like, oh, I can't afford this. Like, just step into being of like the abundance of the universe. You can afford anything you want. The keyring also works great for the new place. Start writing down how your ideal day or ideal week would plan out. So write down everything you want in your dream day-to-day life, and then whatever you can, start incorporating that, even if it's the smallest things. If you want to travel, go buy a suitcase, get your passport renewed, or get a travel wallet, and then instead of just being like, oh, I want to go to Canada in June or something, just start actually planning for that. Like, set aside your dates that you know you can go, and start planning for it as if you can afford to go and you're already going now, because otherwise it's not. Yeah, so start planning for it. If anything else comes up, you're like, no, sorry, I'm going to be away then. If you want like new clothes and stuff, start online shopping. Like, you don't actually have to buy things, but go onto the online websites and put in what you want. You don't have to just like follow the process you would if you could afford all this stuff, and then just exit out. Or when you're shopping, be like, I can afford that. Like, if you have the money for it, be like, I can afford that, I can afford that. So a good, like, Esther and Abraham talk about how you carry $100 in your pocket or something, and just walk around some shops and be like, I can afford that, and I can afford that with $100, I can afford that with $100. And it really gets you in the process of having that money. Another good way to step into being of like manifesting more money is to always have like $50 or $100 in your wallet all the time. Never touch it, never use it, but it's just always there, so you can always be like, I always have money. Like, stop saying that you can't afford things. If you really can't afford it, just say, not right now, not yet, but soon. But yeah, if you do physically have the money for something, if it's like a really expensive designer handbag that you're like, oh, I could never buy that, but you physically have the money for it, even if that money is for other things, just know that you can afford to buy that. Like, you don't have to go wasting your savings on it, but just know that you can buy it if you wanted to. Remember to be grateful for all the money that you do pay out and receive, because money is energy, so you're exchanging it for something. So like, don't get upset or angry when you get bills, because you're getting something in exchange for that, whether it's like your phone, energy, electricity, Wi-Fi, anything like that. Like, you're getting something in exchange. You're not just throwing your money away. Another good tip for acting as if is to do a gratitude list for the things you want to manifest as if they've already happened. So say for me, I want to manifest a new car, a Jeep. So I would be like, I'm so grateful for my Jeep, or I'm so grateful for my dream apartment, whatever it is. That helps you step into the being of having those things and to get into how you would feel when you do get them. Another tip I have to step into being is to remember, think, what would the future you do? So the person who's living that life, try and make decisions based on that. I even have as my background, WWFB do D. What would future Brie do? So it just helps, reminds me that when I'm making decisions on like what I should do with my day, or whether I should apply for this job or volunteer or stuff like that, just to remember to make the decision as future Brie would. So when future Brie is a successful YouTuber blogger, she wouldn't be applying for waitressing jobs or something. You get what I mean. That's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and leave any comments or suggestions you'd like for future videos below, and I will see you next week. Bye.